So it's already 1 minute past 8. Maybe we can start. Okay. So today, only 3 of you are there. And we have to start from, but where is the limit of effectuation? Where will the evolution end upwards? That's what he's saying. So, can we do one thing? We'll read the summary of the previous one so that we get the continuity. Okay? I'm reading the summary of what you said earlier. The developed man looks around him and turns his attention not only to what is below him, but also to what is above and within him. The animal has a static condition. It rests satisfied with what nature has given it. It lives only at a Prakriti level, at universal level, physical universe. But man, not satisfied with nature within and without, turns upon her for further development. He is a Purusha Prakriti level. He is also at the consciousness level. Animal is only at the Prakriti level. Prakriti level means body, mind, life. In the animal, even the mind is very little, so body and life. But man is conscious of himself, so he is at a Purusha Prakriti level. His mind is a diminished ray of the supermind. Therefore, he strives to rise in consciousness, power and bliss. He may not succeed fully at first because he is still imprisoned by his outer physical nature. But the urge towards perfection distinguishes him from all other beings in creation. That's what Ranga said in the previous part. So now he's asking, okay, he is rising in consciousness, but where is the end? What is the goal? Where is the end? So one of you read, Archana, if she has got the text, she can read.
Yes, Rangada. Am I audible?
Yeah, but yes, very audible.
But where is the limit of effectuation? But where is the limit of effectuation in the evolutionary being's self-becoming by self-exceeding? In mind itself, there are grades of the series, and each grade again is a series in itself. There are successive elevations, which we may conveniently call planes and subplanes of the mental consciousness and the mental being. The development of our mental self is largely an ascent of this stair. We can take our stand on any one of them, while yet maintaining a dependence on the lower stages and a power of occasional ascension to higher levels, or of a response to influences from our being's superior strata. At present, we still normally take our first secure stand on the lowest subplane of the intelligence, which we may call the physical mental, because it depends for its evidence of fact and sense of reality on the physical brain, the physical sense mind, the physical sense organs. There we are the physical man who attaches most importance to objective things and to his outer life, has little intensity of the subjective or inner existence, and subordinates whatever he has of it to the greater claims of exterior reality. The physical man has a vital part, but it is mainly made up of the smaller instinctive and impulsive formations of life consciousness emerging from the subconscient, along with a customary crowd or round of sensations, desires, hopes, feelings, satisfactions, which are dependent on external things and external contacts, and concerned with the practical and immediately realizable and possible, the habitual, the common and average. He has a mental part, but this too is customary, traditional, practical, objective, and respects what belongs to the domain of mind, mostly for its utility, for the support, comfort, use, satisfaction, and entertainment of his physical and sensational existence. For the physical mind takes its stand on matter and the material world, on the body and the bodily life, on sense experience, and on a normal practical mentality and its experience. All that is not of this order, the physical man builds up as a restricted superstructure dependent upon the external sense mentality. Even so, it regards these higher contents of life as either helpful adjuncts or a superfluous but pleasant luxury of imagination. Pleasant luxury of imaginations, feelings, and thought abstraction, not as inner realities. Or even if it receives them as realities, it does not feel them concretely and substantially in their own proper substance, subtler than the physical substance, and its grosser concreteness. It treats them as a subjective, less substantial extension from physical reality. It is inevitable that the human being should thus take his first stand on matter and give the external fact and external existence its due importance. For this is nature's first provision for our existence, on which she insists greatly. The physical man is emphasized in us and is multiplied abundantly in the world by her as a force for conservation of the secure, if somewhat inert, material basis on which she can maintain herself while she attempts her higher human development. But in this mental formation, there is no power for progress, or only for a material progress. It is a first mental status, but the mental being cannot remain always at this lowest rung of the human evolutionary ladder.
So, what Sringa is saying is, now he is going to describe all the different planes of consciousness with reference particularly to the mind. So, in this paragraph, he is describing the physical mind. The physical mind, as we have said, is a manas. It is that part of the mind which is busy with the sense data which is coming into from the environment. We see, we hear, we smell, we taste, and we touch. So these things, they have no meaning, they are only data unless the body, unless the physical mind interprets. So it's telling you that this is this, this is this, this is this. So actually it has to be built up. Okay? It has to be built up because the baby has got all the senses functioning, but he understands nothing. Neither the language his mother is speaking, nor that it is his mother. All that is given by the physical mind, and Sanders told us earlier also in another place that there is a coordinating mind. The mind also coordinates different experiences and sees their corrections. Okay? So now in this whole para, he is describing only the physical mind. Okay? The next para he will describe the vital mind. And then next is the pure mind. Each para one by one here. And then finally he will go to the higher levels of consciousness. So let us see what he is saying. We see each para. Each sentence. But where is the limit of effectuation in the evolutionary beings self-becoming by self-exceeding? So, self-becoming. Which is the self-becoming? The self-becoming is going nearer and nearer to the self, your own being. And how to do that? By self-exceeding. So, which is the first self-becoming and which is the self-exceeding? The first self-becoming is yourself, the witness self, the Brahman consciousness. And the second one, by self-exceeding, now the self is body, mind, life. So, we can interpret this sentence in another way and say, when will man become the self? By getting rid of his body, mind, life. You change the sentence a little bit. But when he is saying self-becoming is absolutely the spiritual fact. Okay? Only thing is that the self, he is using two ways, they have slightly different meaning. Okay? So it reminds you of Gita's verse in which it says that the self is your enemy and the self is your friend. Okay? So the upper self is your friend and the lower self is your enemy. Okay, this exactly is what Self is saying hereby self-becoming and self-exceeding. If you remember the Gita's verse, you will see. After the class, I'll put the reference. I don't remember now, I'll have to check. But that will waste time, so we'll do that later on. In mind itself, now he is saying, which is the last he is asking. Limit of self-effectuation in the evolution beings, self-becoming by self-exceeding. In mind itself, there are grades of the series, and each grade, again, is a series in itself. So, normally in the mind, at our level, the grades are physical mind, vital mind, and pure mind. Pure mind is logical and it can be objective. Okay? So, but he's saying that there are again grades in each grade. So what does he mean by that? In one letter he has explained. Take the physical mind, okay? Take the vital mind and take the pure mind. So there are all sorts of combinations of these. So there is a physical mind, but there is also a mental physical. Now take the vital mind. Okay? The vital mind can be vital mind, but it can also be mental vital. There are small grades. The more you go nearer to the mind, you are going out of the vital mind and nearing the mental vital. So how simple? He has said that in one letter. Okay? Here he is not saying that, but we have to understand it that way. In mind itself, there are grades of the series, and each grade again is a series in itself. Okay? There are successive elevations, which we may conveniently call planes and subplanes of the mental consciousness and the mental being. The development of our mental self, why is he concentrating on mental? Because the mental is the highest part of you. And when the mental is combining with matter, it is mental vital. When physical mind, and when it is combining with the vital, it's a vital mind. So, and the pure mind. When it doesn't combine with the lower two, it is pure mind. Okay? The development of our mental self is largely an ascent of this stair. It's like a staircase. We can take our stand on any one of them while yet maintaining a dependence on the lower stages and a power of occasional ascension to higher levels or of a response to influences from our being's superior strata. So, a human being can be basically stuck on the physical mind. That's what the animal is. The animal is absolutely stuck at the physical mind, mainly. Yet there is an intelligence in him, so it is from a higher plane of consciousness. That's what Sendra is saying. You can be a physical mental man, you can be a vital mental man, you can be a pure mental man. It depends on you. And the amount of development that you have had. And you can react also to that machine. So, while yet maintaining a dependence on the lower stages and a power of occasional ascension. Sometimes you may go to a higher level, but then you come back to your base, whichever it is for you, to higher levels or of a response to influences from our being's superior strata. Superior strata, here in this context, meaning the vital mind and the pure mind. In this context. But sometimes you can get intuitions also, and that is on the above the mind level. At present, we still normally take our first secure stand on the lowest subplane of the intelligence. So the intelligence is the mind, and the mind has got three planes. So he is talking of the subplane. Subplanes are physical mind, vital mind, okay, of the intelligence, which we may call, oh there you are, physical mental, because it depends on its evidence of fact and sense of reality on the physical brain. The physical sense mind, the physical sense organs, So the physical mind is interpreting the data from the physical sense organs. There we are the physical man who attaches most importance to objective things and to his outer life, has little intensity of the subjective or inner existence and subordinates. Whatever he has of it to the greater claims of exterior reality. Mainly, he is concerned with the outside world and his own body-mind life. This is the physical man. He is defined the physical man. The physical man has a vital part, but it is mainly made up of the smaller instinctive and impulsive formations of life consciousness, emerging from the subconscious, along with a customary round of sensations, desires, hopes, feelings, satisfactions, which are dependent on external things and external contacts. Note the insistence on the external things and external contacts. The physical sights, the physical sounds, the physical smells, the physical tastes, and the physical touch. So you are the physical man. Little bit of vital is there, and little bit of mental also is there. But it is not mainly. Mainly it's a physical mind. But this too is customary, traditional, practical, objective, and respects what belongs to the domain of mind, mostly for its utility, for the support, comfort, use, satisfaction, and entertainment of its physical and sensational existence. So he is saying that it has got a mental part also. He is capable of thinking. It's not that he can't think. But he uses the thinking mind only for his physical existence. And he has said here, customary. He has used the word customary. So, when he uses the word customary or habitual mind also he uses. That is what he calls the mechanical mind. The mechanical mind is a very interesting phenomenon. You will see that your mind very often goes on repeating things unconsciously, or you unconsciously. For instance, if you have heard a tune, you will certainly find that even when you are doing other things, the tune is going on in your mind repeating mechanically, like a record, like a broken record. Okay, that's what he calls the habitual mind, or the customary mind, or the mechanical mind. Here he has used the word customary. But this is a customary, traditional, practical, objective, and respects what belongs to the domain of mind, mostly for its utility and support. He uses the mind, but that mind is used mainly for practical purposes. That's what he says. So here he has used other words, but he means that mechanical mind. So, and it's very interesting, this mechanical mind. You will see that a small child sometimes who is dyslexic, or what you call, when it is not developed, but there is a word for it, I've forgotten that word. Medically there is a term for it. When a child is not developed. Autistic, that's a word. When a child is autistic, you will see him very often doing mechanical things. For instance, he'll go on, everything is stable, okay, in one way or other. This is the mechanical mind that is active. And I'll tell you something very interesting, because it puzzled me for a long time, and I was wondering what that phenomenon is until I came across the explanation of the mechanical mind. Okay? So, there was an old lady who was quite old and she was ill, and we had to call the doctor. Okay? Now, the doctor came, and this lady is half conscious. Actually, eyes are open. She can also say. But what is interesting is, whatever the doctor was saying, or others are saying, she goes on repeating loudly. These are her thoughts. It's like a mirror, a mental mirror, which the sounds are coming and she is repeating the sound like an echo. Okay? So there is one part of the mind which does that. It goes on repeating things meaninglessly. And the best example of that is these tunes or words you have heard somewhere, they'll go on in your mind. Okay? So this is the mechanical mind. Chandra is using here customary, traditional, practical, objective. Okay? So very interesting what he's saying here. But this is what we mean by the mechanical mind. Now I go to the next sentence. For a physical mind takes its stand on matter and the material world, on body and the bodily life, on sense experience, not psychological experience, sense experience. Okay? Hot, cold, good, bad, pleasant, unpleasant, these are the sense experiences. And on a normal practical mentality, again the physical mind and its experience. All that is not of this order, the physical mind builds up as a restricted superstructure dependent upon the external sense mentality. Other things also, thoughts and all these things that come in, they all are interpreted in the individual mind in physical terms. That's what he's saying. Even thoughts that come, they are turned into physical terms. Even so, it regards these higher contents of life as either helpful adjuncts or superfluous but pleasant luxury of imagination. These higher contents of life, nobler thoughts, okay, pure mind, your knowledge that you have gained elsewhere, all these things are turned into only helpful adjuncts for your physical life, or a superfluous and pleasant luxury of imagination. We can also mention one very interesting thing here. When science is discovering laws of the nature, immediately his physical mind wants to see how he can apply this truth that he has discovered in physical terms. That is the reason why they are so inventive in the West. When they discover something, they immediately want it to be of benefit to the physical world. Okay. That's why invention of kitchen tools, for instance. If you have to scrape a vegetable, they'll make a scraper. Okay. It replaces your labor. So this is exactly that's why they're so inventive. And they've got instruments for everything. So that is what Chandra is saying. Even the higher thoughts, even the discoveries that you make are turned for physical necessities. All that is not of this order, not physical. The physical mind builds up as a restricted superstructure dependent upon the external sense mentality. Even so, it regards these higher contents of life as either helpful adjuncts, you turn them immediately into very practical terms, or a superfluous but pleasant luxury of imaginations, feelings and thought abstractions, not as inner realities, or even if it receives them as realities, it does not feel them concretely and substantially in their own proper substance. Chandra is going into great detail to explain the different phenomena of the physical mind. Subtler than the physical substance and its grosser concreteness, it treats them. Subtler than physical substance is your vital and your mental. The substance is subtle. Okay? And its grosser concreteness, it treats them as subjective, less substantial extension from physical reality. It is inevitable that the human being should thus take his first stand on matter and give the external fact and external existence its due importance. For this is nature's first provision for our existence. It's very clear in the animal. And in man also, everything. He has got a vital and a mind, but he uses his mind and vital only for practical purposes. This is nature's first provision for our existence, on which he insists greatly. The physical man is emphasized in us and is multiplied abundantly in the world by her as a force for conservation of the secure, if somewhat inert, material basis on which she can maintain herself while she attempts her higher human developments. But in this mental formation, there is no, what is it? In this mental formation, he's talking about the physical mind. It's a mental formation based on the physical. So, in this mental formation, there is no power for progress. The physical mind doesn't think of progress, only for utilizing practically how it can be helped. Practically how it can be helped. It uses that. There is no power for progress, or only for a material progress. It is our first mental status. But the mental being cannot remain always at this lowest rung of the human evolutionary ladder. Why? Because he is mental. So he has to rise from the physical mind to the vital mind and even to the purer mind, and doesn't stop there. He goes beyond the mind into the self. So the next paragraph is about the vital mind. That mind which mixes with the vital. So, we have to read that. What is the time? 27. We have got time. So, Jishnu.
Ranga,
Yes, tell me.
This paragraph here, this portion we can say of this chapter, reminds me of, in synthesis we have read the 3 steps of nature.
In the synthesis also, yes.
Yeah, and in Savitri, in which he describes the 3 type of mind.
Yes.
That chapter, it is in the second book, but which canto I don't remember. But in that also the 3 types of man, the first is a pygmy, exact words I don't remember. But right. It just reminded me of these 2 references, so I thought I'd just share.
That's right. That's right. Absolutely. But here he has gone into great detail to describe its functions and all that. Exactly what you said.
Yes.
In the synthesis also it is there. It's also there in
Savitri book 2, I think, a canto in which he's talking about mental life. The number I don't remember.
That's right. That's right. So, Jishnu, can you read the next para?
Yes, Rangada.
Go ahead. Above physical mind.
Above physical mind and deeper within than physical sensation, there is what we may call an intelligence of the life mind, dynamic, vital, nervous, more open, though still obscurely to the psychic, capable of a first soul formation, though only of an obscure life soul, not the life psychic being, but a frontal formation of the vital Purusha. This life soul concretely senses and contacts the things of the life world and tries to realize them here. It attaches immense importance to the satisfaction and fulfillment of the life being, the life force, the vital nature. It looks on physical existence as a field for the life impulse's self-fulfillment, for the play of ambition, power, strong character, love, passion, adventure, for the individual, the collective, the general human seeking and hazard and venture, for all kinds of life experiment and new life experience, and but for this saving element, this greater power, interest, significance, the physical existence would have for it no value. This life mentality is supported by our secret subliminal vital being and is in veiled contact with a life world to which it can easily open and so feel the unseen dynamic forces and realities behind the material universe. There is an inner life mind which does not need for its perceptions the evidence of the physical senses, is not limited by them. For on this level, our inner life and the inner life of the world, become real to us independent of the body and of the symbols of the physical world, which alone we call natural phenomena. As if nature had no greater phenomena and no greater realities than those of gross matter. The vital man, molded consciously or unconsciously by these influences, is the man of desire and sensation, the man of force and action, the man of passion and emotion, the kinetic individual. He may and does lay great stress on material existence, but he gives it even when most preoccupied with its present actualities. A push for life experience, for, for force of realization, for life extension, for life power, for life affirmation and life expansion, which is nature's first impetus towards enlargement of the being. At a highest intensity of this life impetus, he becomes the breaker of bonds, the seeker of new horizons, the disturber of the past and present in the interest of the future. He has a mental life which is often enslaved to the vital force and its desire and passions, and it is these he seeks to satisfy through the mind. But when he interests himself strongly in mental things, he can become the mental adventurer, the opener of the way to new mind formations, or the fighter for an idea. The sensitive type of artist, the dynamic poet of life, or the prophet, or the champions of a cause. The vital mind is kinetic and therefore a great force in the working of the evolutionary nature.
Although this physical, vital mind is something very, very low, certainly is giving all its positive values also, how it can help you. And those who are very, very practical, they usually have a very strong vital mind. He has said that elsewhere also. You are very often successful in life because you have a vital mind. You have a mind, but you use that mind for only vital purposes. Okay. So again, big chapter, a big paragraph, and is describing all the characteristics of the vital mind. Okay? So we have 7 minutes, so we'll go through and see whether we can finish it. Maybe we can. But sometimes same those words, just for instance, he used the word customary, traditional, he means the physical mind. So exactly in the same way, we have to see which word means what exactly. Above physical mind and deeper within than physical sensation, there is what we may call an intelligence of the life mind. He means the vital mind. Okay? And there also there are two. There is a vital mind and a mental vital. There are two layers. The nearer you go to mind, it becomes more mind and less vital. Okay, so because this all is a mixing of each other, na? Each one, the higher is going into the lower, and the lower is affecting the higher. At all the levels, right up to the even self. The self is affecting the lower, but the lower is also affecting the life. The life is, the self. The self is not the ultimate spiritual destination. It's even higher up. So this is, and the whole chapter is integration, ascent and integration. The lower is always there in the higher. Okay, that's exactly why. So he is giving you all the benefits of the vital mind. We'll read that. Above physical mind and deeper within than physical sensation, there is what we may call an intelligence of the life mind. Its nature, dynamic, full of energy, vital, nervous. Nervous is based on the nerves, which is a combination of matter and life. More open, though still obscurely, to the psychic. Okay? Slightly more open to the psychic. Capable of a first soul formation, though only of an obscurer life soul, not the psychic being. So suddenly again here, these sensations and vitality, he is saying there is slight bit of soul element in it. That's why in Life Divine you have a chapter, the double soul. Okay? The outer nature and the inner psychic being. So the double soul in man, there is a chapter in Life Divine. Not though only an obscure life soul, not the psychic being, but a frontal formation of the vital Purusha. So what is a Purusha? Purusha is consciousness. And Purusha can be at the physical level. There is a consciousness even in the atom. That's a physical Purusha. Then at the life element, there is a whole plane of vitality, life. And the Purusha can be there also. And the Purusha can be at the mind level. So this is the vital Purusha. The consciousness at the vital level. This life force, this life cell, this life soul concretely senses and contacts with things of the life world. Just as there is a world of matter at the lowest level, above matter there is a universe of life. Life is Shakti. So it is Shakti. It takes the form of life in the physical world, but Shakti is actually the world. And that Shakti can be not only power, but it can also be other things. It can be purely physical also. Lightning, storms, all this is the Shakti aspect. The life. Simply using the word life, but it is pure Shakti. Life is only one aspect of Shakti. And tries to realize them there. Here. It attaches immense importance to the satisfaction and fulfillment of the life being, your vital being. Tremendous amount of vital satisfaction must be there. That's the first aspect of life. So most people are like that. Okay, we know that. Okay. But those who are purely mental, they don't much care for the physical and the vital. It looks on physical existence as a field for the life impulses self-fulfillment. The vital man uses the body and the other things for his own self-fulfillment, for his own satisfaction. For the play of ambition, power, strong character, love, passion, adventure. Now, adventure is good. It can be a very good thing. Passion also can be used for two different things. Love also can be used for two different things. So, there is a good element in love and there is a wrong element in love. Exactly, passion also same thing. Adventure also can be for the wrong thing. Okay. So, but all those, man has this vital mind, and that is the reason why he goes on exploring everything. Go into a forest, virgin forest, and explore it. Go into space and explore it. Go down into the depths of the earth and discover. All this is because of the life energy, the life force. It looks on physical existence as a field for life impulses, self-fulfillment, for the play of ambition, power, strong character, love, passion, adventure. For the individual, the collective, the general human seeking and hazard and venture. So, even if it's dangerous, it doesn't matter. The vital is willing to try it out. Okay? The general human seeking and hazard and venture, even the dangers, it doesn't mind. For all kinds of life experiment and new life experience, life experiment and new life experience. He wants to experience the new all the time. Find out what we want. In physical terms, a man always wants to taste new type of food, okay? See different things, okay? New life experience. But for this saving element, this greater power, interest, significance, physical existence would have for it no value at all. So the physical man is not interested so much in the vital, but the vital man uses the physical life for his own satisfaction. The life mentality is supported by our secret subliminal vital being. So now he is talking of the intraconscious. The intraconscious, just behind our body-mind life, there's an inner mind, there's a vital, inner vital, and then inner physical. So the inner physical also very often is called the subtle physical. So the subliminal also is the same. So they use the word subliminal vital, subliminal inner vital. Okay, that inner vital is deep inside, and it is pure Shakti, and it is helping the outer vital. Okay, the life mentality is support. Life mentality, we make the vital mind, is supported by our secret subliminal vital being, and is in veiled contact with a life world. Note that, okay? Just as there is a field of infinite matter, which is the universe, there is also an infinite sea of Shakti just above. And it is in contact with the life world, to which it can easily open and so feel the unseen dynamic forces and realities behind the material universe. The one who is there, he can feel, he has a touch with the universal life energies. There is an inner life mind, just as there is an inner life mind. The inner life mind is the inner vital, okay? But inner vital mind, which does not need for its perceptions the evidence of the physical senses. Oh, I'm sorry, we have gone beyond our time, so we'll take up this one in the middle of the para. We'll do this para again, okay? Because it's quite long. He's describing great detail. It's quite long, so we'll have to do this next time again. Redo. Yeah, about physical mind.
Yes, Ranga, I will redo this paragraph because it is very interesting also.
Very, very interesting. Very interesting. He's giving great details. Okay.
Thank you, Ranga.
Everybody.
Au revoir.
Au revoir, everybody. Jishnu, Archana Di.